The world changed forever in August 1945. On August 6th, a blinding flash engulfed Hiroshima, Japan. 3 days later, on August 9th, Nagasaki suffered the same fate. These were not conventional attacks. They marked the dawn of atomic warfare. The United States, in an attempt to force Japan's surrender in World War II, unleashed a force humanity had never witnessed before. The Little Boy and Fat Man atomic bombs left an indelible mark on history. These bombings instantly killed an estimated 200,000 people. Thousands more would die in the years that followed from radiation exposure and long-term health complications. The devastation was immediate and absolute, leaving behind a chilling landscape of flattened buildings and smoldering rubble. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were pivotal moments in human history. The events of those 2 days in August 1945 continue to shape international relations, nuclear policy, and the global peace movement. The echoes of the blasts still resonate, serving as a stark reminder of the devastating power we possess and the importance of ensuring such weapons are never used again. The immediate aftermath of the atomic bombings was nothing short of apocalyptic. Thousands perished instantly, vaporized by the intense heat. Those who survived the initial blast faced a horrific scene of destruction and suffering. Buildings were reduced to rubble. Fires raged through the cities. Survivors, many with severe burns and injuries, searched desperately for loved ones amidst the chaos. The lucky ones were found in makeshift hospitals, overwhelmed by the sheer volume of casualties and lacking essential supplies. The long-term effects of the bombings were equally devastating. Many survivors, known as hibakusha, developed radiation sickness. The effects of radiation poisoning manifested in various ways, including cancers, birth defects, and chronic illnesses. The psychological scars were just as profound. Survivors grappled with post-traumatic stress disorder, survivor's guilt, and the fear of long-term health consequences for themselves and their children. In the United States, the initial reaction to the bombings was one of relief and justification. The war was finally over, and countless American lives were potentially saved. Public opinion polls conducted shortly after the events showed overwhelming support for the use of atomic bombs. However, as the decades passed and the true extent of the devastation became clear, American public opinion began to shift. The horrors faced by the hibakusha, the long-term health consequences, and the moral implications of using such devastating weapons led to a more nuanced and critical perspective. Today, public opinion on the bombings remains divided. While some still argue that the use of atomic bombs was necessary to end the war, many others believe it was a morally reprehensible act with catastrophic consequences. The debate highlights the complexities of war and the lasting impact of these momentous events on the American psyche. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki serve as a stark reminder of the human cost of war and the devastating consequences of nuclear weapons. The hibakusha, who have endured unimaginable suffering, have dedicated their lives to sharing their stories and advocating for a world free of nuclear weapons. Their testimonies are a poignant reminder of the human cost of these weapons and the importance of diplomacy and peace building. The Nobel Peace Prize awarded to Nihon Hidankyo, a Japanese organization for atomic bomb survivors, in 2024 recognizes their tireless efforts to promote nuclear disarmament and support for victims. This award highlights the global significance of the bombings and the ongoing fight for a world free of nuclear threats. As we move further away from the events of 1945, it is more important than ever to remember Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The stories of the survivors, the scientific evidence of the devastating effects of nuclear weapons, and the ongoing threat of nuclear proliferation demand our attention. Education and remembrance are crucial to ensure that such horrors are never repeated.